could have edited some of his comments post draft about their particular draft pick. But why? How did the Tennessee Titans do in this year's draft?
Well, basically with round 1, pick 1, they traded away A.J. Brown and drafted an unproven and unleague tested A.J. Brown and Treylon Burks. So right there off the bat, I was kind of scratching my head. I did not expect A.J. Brown to even possibly be moved. I have two friends, Ryan and Carlos, who are big Tennessee Titans fans. They were over here for the draft. And Carlos just went silent for probably 5 to 6 minutes. He just didn't say anything because he was just so in shock that they moved A.J. Brown and nobody expected it. So, and then they decided to pick Treylon Burks, which Treylon Burks is a good wide receiver, and I think he's going to have a good NFL career, but he's not A.J. Brown, at least yet. So I was just really confused on that. And if you even look in, they played a video in the war room of the owner kind of celebrating the trade and the pick of Treylon Burks. And you just see Mike Vrabel in the back, like hand on head, looks so mad. He was not a big fan of this move by them. So after that, then they get Roger McCreary, cornerback out of Auburn. And I like this pick, adds to their defense. And I think McCreary is going to be a good cornerback who really kind of fell, and a lot of people weren't really looking at a lot. And I think he had a really good career at Auburn. So he's going to be the day one impact guy for them. Round 3, the Tennessee Titans hit it out of the park. I mean, absolutely annihilated it. It was incredible. Their third round was so good, it's unfair. First off, at pick 69, they got Nicholas Petit-Frere, offensive tackle out of Ohio State. And we can even ask our guys then, Petit-Frere is a beast. He is a beast. He's a great offensive lineman, and he's going to pair so nicely on the other side of this offensive line with Taylor Lewan. So right there, automatically, they're off to a good start. So then at round 3, pick 86, they get the best quarterback in this draft. You heard me. The best, capital THE, the best. D. Wyatt Williams says that Malik Williams is the best quarterback in this draft. He is. Round 3, pick 86, they get the best quarterback in the draft. It's that simple. I don't need to say anything else. His deep ball is cheese. It is easy like Sunday morning. It's something of just, I don't even know. It's beautiful to watch. It's poetic. It's incredible. And he does it with such ease. He flicks his wrist and the ball goes, 60 yards down the field and is on a dot, exactly where it needs to be. And on top of that, he's got the mobility to be able to scramble and pick up yards that way. He's not a liability because he's a mobile quarterback that can't throw like most mobile quarterbacks in the NFL. He's got an arm. He's really, really got an arm. He's got that 13-3 Lamar Jackson arm that everybody was like, oh, can Lamar Jackson work it out? Malik Willis has already got that arm. He's already there. He's already established it. And on top of that, he's got the mobility of, I would say, Kyler Murray. So I think he's going to be great. I think that the Tennessee Titans were geniuses for being able to select him in the third round. I mean, Ryan Tannehill's already on his way out, and his stupid comments probably got him 1 year less in Tennessee. Whenever he's gone, Tennessee is going to have a good quarterback. They're going to have a good quarterback to rely and sit back with. I wouldn't even be that surprised if Tannehill comes out this year and plays terribly and they just throw Malik Willis in. They're like, hey, look, it's time. Just go do your thing. So I will say, for them to be able to get the best quarterback in the draft at round 3, pick 86, and a guy who I think will be in the league for a long time, that's huge. I mean, that's huge. So bang, that's huge right there. At round 4, Hashon Haskins, running back, Michigan, another guy who I think that will fill in nicely whenever Derrick Henry is not on the field. When he's on the field, though, I can promise you Haskins will not see a single snap. That's just not going to happen. Then I am going to botch this last name. Chigoziem Okonkwo. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but he was a great tight end at Maryland, and I think he's going to pair really nicely with this offense. Since they lost Jonnu Smith 2 years ago, the tight end position for them really just kind of hasn't been the same since, and I think this could be a guy who walks in and is their tight end 1 from the start. I think he's really impressive. Go watch, once again, he's one of those guys, I'll tell you, go watch the tape. He's impressive. He's fun to watch play football. After that, Kyle Phillips in the 5th round at pick 163, wide receiver out of UCLA. This team was dying for wide receivers, especially after they let go of A.J. Brown for some weird reason. And they still haven't signed Julio back, so they were dying for wide receivers here, and they got Kyle Phillips as well in the 5th round. And then after that, we look down the list at round 6. 204 is the pick, Theo Jackson, cornerback out of Tennessee. And at 216, Chance Campbell, linebacker out of Ole Miss in the 6th round as well. No 7th round picks for this team, but overall, I thought they had the best draft in this division. I forgot that they were in this division earlier whenever I said that the Texans had the best draft. I was wrong. I was 100% wrong whenever I said that. I was incorrect. And it's so hard to pick the best pick here because pretty much from round 2 to round 4, every pick really just is a good pick. It's a great pick. Round 3, like I said, the best pick here has to go to one of the 3rd rounders, and I'm going to give it to Malik Willis because I think they solved their quarterback issue going forward with that, and they solved it with a 3rd rounder. They only got to pay him $5 million a year. If he would have went in the 1st round and the top 10 like he was projected, possibly even top 5, he'd been making $30 million a year.
Right.
I mean, it's, so for them to be able to get him for 5, a fraction of the cost, and they'll have him for 4 years and then a 5th-year option, which in the 5th-year option, if they did keep him, they'd have to pay him top 10 quarterback money. But for 4 years, this guy could be your starter possibly, and you're going to pay him $5 million a year.
Wow. You have no